The best all-around speaker I've reviewed, the JBL Flip 6, just got an upgrade. This is the new JBL Flip 7, and don't let the very similar looks fool you. There's actually a lot that's different here, including a $20 price increase. So how does it stack up to the legendary Flip 6? And is the Flip 7 worth the extra cash while you can still buy a Flip 6? Let's find out as we unpack the 10 key changes in this new version to help you decide whether it's worth the upgrade. But first, make sure you've upgraded your YouTube feed by hitting that subscribe button below. Quick note, JBL did send this new speaker over to me, but had no say in what my content plans were around it. And now, let's jump in. All right, the first change is battery, where despite the new model featuring the exact same battery size, the speaker's now more efficient, getting 14 hours of battery life up from 12 hours. There's also a new Playtime Boost feature that can let the new version last even longer, though at the sacrifice of some audio quality. The only downside here, you're gonna have to bring your own charging cable, since JBL elected to remove them from the box in their latest products. If you need one, I'll link a few in the description that are my favorites. Next up is a huge change for those very discerning listeners out there with an ear for detail. The equalizer in the JBL portable app for the new speaker gives you a 7-band EQ to adjust to your heart's content. Much more control than the old 3-band EQ from the prior models. The old EQ could also only go up 2 levels and down 2 levels. This new one can go up 6 and down 6 in increments of 0.5. You can probably tell from my very amateur explanation of an EQ that I'm not an audio expert, but in the end, it just means that you will be able to be way more granular in your adjustments rather than just simple changes to highs, mids, and lows. It does mean that it's also going to be a bit more overwhelming to someone who hasn't worked with these before. If that's you, I still like the default JBL preset, or this is where my personal EQ wound up. As you dial in the single tweeter and single woofer, note that they're the same size as before, but the woofer is now rated for 25 watts rather than 20 watts, giving it just a bit more oomph. Keeping on with the audio quality improvements, the Flip 7 features JBL's AI Sound Boost, a new feature that will analyze your music in real time to deliver maximum acoustic performance with less distortion. Is this a game-changing feature or simply an AI buzzword thrown onto this new model? I honestly can't tell you for sure. You can't turn it on and off to do a side-by-side comparison, and I'm not going to act like I can tell which part of the sound is AI tuned and which part is not. But what I can tell you is that the speaker sounds great, the bass continues to be surprisingly strong for a speaker of this size, while still maintaining really clear vocals and an overall great listening experience. I also think that where this feature may be coming through is actually at higher volumes, where I tend to think that I do notice the less distortion claim, when comparing it at least to the older model, though it's really tough to tell. In addition to the new AI Sound Boost, you can get high-quality lossless audio on the new model as long as you play your music with a USB-C cable and a supported song from a supported device that has lossless. Number 4 is colors. The lineup has changed slightly with the new model. There's still a bunch of colors available, 6 at launch. They've introduced this cool new purple color, which you can take a closer look at using one of the affiliate links in the video description. You also can't currently do the design your own feature that you could on the Flip 6, but we might see that come with time, who knows. Number 5 is connectivity. The onboard Bluetooth got a spec bump going from Bluetooth 5.1 to 5.4. In addition, if you want to pair multiple speakers, the Flip 7 moves from the older PartyBoost feature to the new Auracast feature. This means that the new Flip 7 and the old Flip 6 can't be grouped together. The new Auracast system is actually a Bluetooth standard, not a JBL proprietary one, and it's used for broadcasting signals to multiple devices. There's actually a lot of really cool technology that's coming out with that. This makes sense moving forward since it's likely the future of wireless multi-device communication, but it's frustrating if you've been a longtime JBL user who wants to use your multiple older speakers to group up with your new one. Physically, you can still lay the speaker down or stand it up for multiple listening positions. Standing it up utilizes these bumps around the end. On the old model, there were 3 bumps, now there are 4. I find that it makes it just a little bit more stable, plus 4 is always better than 3, right? The other big change physically is with the carry strap on the back. Previously, this was a removable strap that was fed through a loop on the back of the speaker, and it was big enough to fit around your wrist. Now it comes with this smaller strap that is removable with the push of a button. They also offer a carabiner option if you prefer to be able to hook your speaker onto something. That's not all the physical changes though. The button locations have also changed. There's the same number of buttons, but now they're positioned closer together on the top of the speaker, and that PartyBoost button is replaced by the Auracast button. Functionality-wise, JBL removed a prior annoyance of mine, which was the inability to go back a track. On the Flip 7, if you triple-click the play-pause button, it will take you back a track, just like it always should have. These slight physical changes were part of an overall improvement which makes the speaker slightly more durable as well. It moves from an IP67 rating to IP68. This means it has the same dust protection, but it's now slightly more waterproof. It essentially means that you can submerge it deeper in some water for longer, something that you shouldn't do to begin with, but it's nice that it can survive even longer in the event of a mishap. It's also now rated as drop-proof up to 1 meter, which I don't recommend testing, but it does mean that if the occasional drop happens, it might result in some bumps and bruises to the outside of the speaker, but it shouldn't impact the actual speaker's sound. Number 9 is an improvement on the environmental impact of the Flip 7, which now features 100% recycled fabric around the outside and 77% recycled plastics. They also have more eco-friendly packaging, including the use of soy ink, all of which are not going to make your speaker sound any better, but it's great to see nonetheless. The final change is pricing. The JBL Flip 7 has an MSRP of $150, which is $20 more than the $130 starting price of the old version. Some of this was likely caused by inflation or potentially the recent tariffs impacting the whole world these days. I also think that another factor is competition. Many of the direct competitors like the UE Boom 4, the new Beats Pill, or the Bose SoundLink Flex all start at $150. I already had the $130 Flip 6 as better than those $150 speakers, in my opinion, and I still think it remains that way at the new price point. The whole speaker industry, though, regularly runs sales and promotions. Over time, I'd expect that we continue to see these speakers aggressively discounted around times like Black Friday, Prime Day, and other major discount periods. So you may still be able to pick up this new model at the same price as the old one, as long as you can wait for the right time. But discounts aside, is this new version worth the extra $20? Well, for some, the addition of the enhanced 7-band EQ, the longer battery life, and more speaker output power could make this thing a no-brainer. However, the JBL 6 was my favorite speaker, and it's still incredible. So as the pricing goes down to clear out the remaining inventory, it's at $100 as of the time of writing, you can certainly scoop one of these up if you want to save some dough. Just keep in mind that some of the changes, especially the PartyBoost versus Auracast change, will be impactful if you ever plan to pair multiple speakers. So finally, does the Flip 7 live up to the Flip 6's legacy? Absolutely. This is a great successor to the throne. It brings a bunch of great improvements, and despite that price increase, I think that the aggressive discounting in the industry will bring it roughly in line with the prices that most people bought the old version for. If you'd like to pick up either a new Flip 7 or grab a Flip 6 while supplies last, you can find affiliate links down in the video description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.